Good morning, dear students. Welcome to science session. I hope you all are doing well. In previous class, we have discussed how to handle friction and how to reduce friction. Today, we will discuss about the importance of friction in our life. Students, have you imagined that you try to hold a chocolate to eat, but it slips out of your hands, no matter how hard you try? You step on a foot to start walking and then go on slipping. Would never stop in any way. And you push on a door to open it and the door does not move even a little, rather your hand slips away. So have you observed that? No. So this is all actually happened because of friction. And if there is no friction, then we have to face all these problems. Miss, you would not have been sitting on your desk in the classroom if there is no friction, and there would have been no wall hangings, as the nail would not be fixed on the wall, and so on. So we can say thank God that friction is there. As a matter of fact, the friction is one of the uttermost important natural gift to us. There are a number of situations where we genuinely require friction and therefore make purposely efforts to increase friction. As I already given you the examples, the tires of all vehicles are made with grooved designs to increase the friction. So to make their surface uneven and in order to have a good grip over the road and control over its moving. Similarly, the soles of shoes are also provided with uneven surface. So here again we are increasing the friction. So the shoes of the athletes have extra rubber spikes on the sole of their shoes so that they have to an extra grip on the track while running. And similarly, the handles of motorcycle have a toweled or uneven rubber sheet to make a good grip. And the handles of some of the heavy vehicles and cutting tools are made with a rough surface so that the user had a good control over it. It is the friction between the paper and the lead of a pencil because of which you are able to write. So these are the some natural, or we can say the daily life actions in which we required friction. Now, friction in fluids. Fluids are generally the substance that can flow are called fluids, like the air, water, they are called fluid. Whenever an object moves through a fluid, like the air, water, gases, liquids, it experiences friction in opposite direction, and that friction is called, the fluid friction is called drag. Right? So here is an activity in which we had taken a small or 1/4 piece of a paper and just fall it from your height. Leave it. So what do you observe? That it covers a large distance to touch the ground. And again, when we crush the same newspaper in a small ball and leave it from the height, same height, so we observe that it falls down and covers in a less time, right? So what will happen actually when the newspaper is not crushed? Then the surface area is large. Because of large surface area, it faces large force of friction, so it goes down very slowly. On the other hand, when we crush the newspaper, so we are decreasing the surface area of the paper, due to which it faces less frictional force and falls down very fastly. So here we see that due to the shape and the surface area, friction effects. So the objects which needs to move through liquid and gases have to apply a lot of energy to overcome the drag. So to reduce this difficulty, the objects are given special shapes. The shape is called the streamlined shape. The shape which reduces the drag or the friction, like the shape of aeroplane, the ships, the moving cars. This tends to mean a long pointed shape. Streamline means long pointed shape with a slope so that the fluid can flow fast, easily and smoothly. And common objects which have streamlined shapes like the car, aircrafts, ships, etc. And we have observed that in naturally occurring animals like the birds and fishes which have their natural habitat have streamlined body as they have to move in water and in air. So to reduce friction they have naturally streamlined body so they can easily move in a or overcome the drag by air and water.